This is Israel's 9/11, and Israel will do everything to bring our sons and daughters back home. There is no reconciling with genocidal terrorists. Israel will exact a heavy price on Hamas so that what we witnessed will never repeat itself.
Israel's ordered a complete siege of Gaza after fighters from Hamas broke out of the blockaded Gaza Strip Saturday to carry out an unprecedented attack by air, land, and sea on Israel. Over the past 3 days, at least 1,300 people have died, including over 800 inside Israel and over 500 in Gaza.
Israel expects and demands political and military support while advancing goals that are fundamentally at odds with international legitimacy and consensus. Its policies are an assault on our humanity, on international law, on peace, and are a threat for its own people.
We'll go to Israel and Gaza for the latest. All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. The death toll across Israel and Gaza has topped 1,300 as the bloody conflict stretches into its third day. Israel today announced a total blockade on Gaza, including food, water, electricity, and fuel. On Sunday, Israel declared war on Hamas after Hamas fighters launched a surprise, coordinated attack on Israel Saturday. Among the targets was a music festival where Hamas gunmen killed some 260 mainly young people. Israel responded by pounding the Gaza Strip with airstrikes, which hit housing blocks, tunnels, and a mosque. Over 800 people have been killed in Israel, over 500 in Gaza. Thousands more have been injured on both sides of the separation barrier. Hamas says it's taken over 100 hostages, including civilians and Israeli army officers. Israeli Prime Minister has told Gazans to leave, though it's unclear where they'd be able to go, vowing to all but decimate the besieged territory.
All of the places where Hamas are deployed, hiding and operating in that wicked city, we will turn it into an island of ruins. I am telling Gaza's people to leave those places now because we will take action everywhere.
Over 120,000 people in Gaza have already been displaced from the Israeli attacks. 65-year-old Sabah Abu Hilal, who lost his home in an airstrike, says he refused to be uprooted.
I am not the only one left out on the street. There are 17 other families in this area made homeless following this barbaric strike, which killed around 17 or 18 people. Several families are on the street and left without refuge. This is not the first displacement, and it's as if they are displacing the Palestinian people every now and then on purpose. There was the 1948 migration, and it was followed by similar waves of people leaving the country. Our children are also migrating, and now they are destroying homes over the heads of residents while they sleep, without any warning or reason, with the aim to displace and destroy and to uproot them from this land. However, we refuse to be uprooted. We have firm roots in this land.
The U.S. said it'll send more military aid and munitions to Israel already, the largest annual recipient of U.S. military funding. It'll also bring military ships and aircraft closer to Israel. The UN Special Rapporteur on the occupied Palestinian territories blasted what she called the selective outrage of many Western nations following the conflict's outbreak as they failed to recognize the ongoing violence against Palestinians, she said. Francesca Albanese said, quote, "Human rights organizations have said it all along that continuing to oppress a population with total impunity would lead to a catastrophe, and this is what's happening. The responsibility is also on the international community, which has one opportunity now to be wise and be even-handed," she said. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal is reporting Iran helped plan Hamas's attack on Israel. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says he's not seen any evidence to substantiate that claim. Solidarity protests with Gaza took place around the world over the weekend, including here in New York City's Times Square.
The whole reason I'm yelling is because the powers that be in New York City and New stand up.